Oh my gosh, do I remember how to do this? Hey everyone. Yeah, it's been a long time since I posted a video on YouTube. I think the last time that I posted anything was probably close to 7 years ago, and but in that time I've had big life changes. Um, I've gotten married, and also I've gotten two little kids now. I have a 4-year-old who's going to be 5 next month, and then I have a 2-year-old who will be 3 in April. So there's been a lot of big changes in my life over these last 7 years or so. Um, we bought some land, we built a house, I've built this shop, and so I've definitely been staying busy, and I just put, just what few YouTube videos I had put out there, I've just put them on the back burner and decided, you know what, I got to focus on what I need to for my family and stuff like that. Not that I ever got away from YouTube watching it anyways. I probably watch YouTube more than I watch regular TV anyways, because I just find it interesting to just watch other people and how they do things, and and I've opened up my scope of things that I've watched too. I mean, for a while there, all I was watching was like bushcraft stuff, hunting stuff, stuff on firearms and that sort, and now I've expanded even more, and especially since we've bought some property. I've gotten to where I got a big tractor now. I just got a flail mower. I'm looking to buy some more attachments, and I really would like to make this into almost like a big giant playground, not only just for me, because I just love being out here in the country, but for my kids, for now and for their future. We deer hunt on our property, and if you have followed along with the Facebook page that I also affiliated with, OWM Hunting, I mean, I stay kind of active with that, but those are pretty simple. Just taking pictures and make a comment and then it's done and over. But YouTube, if anybody that is a content creator, they definitely know what kind of time it takes to put into, just sitting here making a video. Then once the video is done, then you got to go and edit it and upload it, and it's a quite a bit of work that you got to entail into it. So I'm at a point now that my kids are getting a little bit older. Like I said, they're 4 and 2, but they just went to bed about, I don't know, half hour ago, and I'm able to come out to my shop and piddle around and kind of slowly get back into it. Now, I'm not trying to make a big exploding YouTube channel for, thinking that I'm gonna have a big following or anything like that. This is more or less me documenting things that I do, and it's more or less for my kids to watch, later on, as they get older. I had kids later on in life than most people, so I'm going to be a lot older, when they get to the age when they're in their 20s and 30s and 40s, that I might not be able to, show them how to do certain things. So I've decided, hey, I'm going to start documenting some of the things that I do, that when they get older, and if I'm not able to show them, I might be able to say, hey, you know what, I made a YouTube video on that a long time ago. Just, go and look it up, and maybe that'll help you out. Because believe me, I've learned a ton of things just watching YouTube. I mean, just things to do around the house. I learned how to tile floors watching YouTube. I've learned how to work on my side-by-side. I've also watched some videos for getting my tractor. I just got it a couple weeks ago, and you know, it's brand new, and I'm kind of person, I like to make sure that I'm doing the right thing right from the start to make sure that this is going to last me, you know, at least till the end of my day. I had bought a tractor about a year and a half or so ago, and it was a John Deere 1025R. Absolute love the tractor. It pretty much did what I wanted it to do, but I've found out now that there's more that I want to do with the tractor, and it wasn't big enough for me. That tractor is kind of suited for, and it also depends on what you want to use it for. I just know that for me, that tractor is probably suited more for somebody that has 5 or less acres and wanting to, you know, maybe maintain some trails or just cut some grass, or, you know, you might do some tillage, you know, if you do, you know, you want to do a garden or something like that. But I own a lot more than that, and I want to be able to have the tractor that I can have the attachments for, so that I can go out there and do, I'd say about 85% of the stuff that I want to do, and don't have to worry about, you know, not having a big enough tractor to be able to do it. So I'm gonna, you know, put together some videos where, you know, the tractor is going to be the highlight. I'll probably do a review on the tractor. I might do a video in the next day or so where, you know, I've had it for about two and a half weeks now, and you know, I'm still getting used to it. It's like I said, it's a brand new tractor. It's a bigger tractor. I've only done a couple things with it since I've had it. I've probably driven my son and daughter up and down the driveway and around the property a little bit more than I've done anything else with it. But I've gotten a flail mower now for it, which came yesterday. So like today I got it all assembled, made sure all the grease fittings were done, and the gearbox, you know, made sure it had enough fluid in it, got it hooked up to the PTO, the 3-point hitch, and all that kind of stuff, and just did like a 10-15 minute run with it, just to make sure everything was functioning, working properly. And it was amazing just to see how that thing works. It's really cool. So I'll probably post some videos of that too, because on one part of our property, it's kind of overgrown. I had it logged about 4.5 years ago, and originally this property, I don't know if it ever been logged, but there was pine trees everywhere. And I'm in North Carolina, and you know, the southeast, it's a lot of predominantly pines. Now I got a lot of, you know, white oaks and red oaks and poplars and, you know, maple and stuff like that. Even got some hickory trees out there, but I just wanted to get rid of the pines. And when they came in, they took off like over 600 tons of pine trees. Well, by opening up that canopy, it just allowed the floor of the woods just explode. And now it's gotten to a point where it's gotten so much that I have a hard time walking through certain areas of it because the growth has just exploded. And that was the main reason why I ended up getting a flail mower. I know I'll still have to go out there and, you know, cut some trees down by hand, you know, with a chainsaw and all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, the flail mower I got, it says it can take down a tree up to almost like a 4-inch diameter. Now, not that I'm going to probably, you know, put it through that much of a task, but I got a lot of saplings out there that this thing, it'll just eat right through it. So that part I'm not too worried about. So eventually, once I get certain areas cleaned out, you know, I like to get them worked up, maybe put some food plots in, and make it where again, like I said, I want to make this into a really nice place for my kids to grow up, and we can go out there and have fun. There's one little spot that I've already, I guess you say, I turned it into like a campground. Um, it's well, I need to clean it out again. I had it worked on and had it cleared off and everything, but again, not having the right equipment to keep it maintained and under control, that's the hard part. But now that I have that, it's going to make it pretty simple. But yeah, I've made a campground over there, made a big fire ring and all that, and my kids, they're just excited and thrilled and ready to get out there and do some camping and roast some marshmallows and stuff like that. So there's going to be a lot of projects that are going to be tackled, and I'm not going to do anything in a certain order. I'm not going to keep a time schedule saying, hey, I'm going to do this next, or I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this. It's whatever I feel that I want to do. Again, this is more me doing, I guess you want to call it maybe a documentary for my kids. You know, having kids changes your life, and sometimes it makes you think differently, and so I just want to make sure that, you know, when the day comes that, you know, they're wanting some information, and for some reason if I'm not here, or I can't answer the question, or can't remember how I did something, you know, I might be able to go back and just show them a video that I did. So this is not anywhere where it's going to be, you know, I'm covering one certain thing, you know. You know, it could be me doing woodworking stuff. Like I said, I built up my shop. This building, when I first had it built, it was just a plain metal building, and slowly over the years I've insulated it. I built a big loft on the back side. Did the power this past summer, so I finally got electricity out here. And then I've built this wall up. I put a big French cleat system in, and then slowly I'm just building stuff, you know, to put my tools and everything on. Anybody that watches YouTube who might watch this and know me personally, I kind of have an OCD issue, but some people call it a flaw. My wife calls it, you know, it drives her nuts sometimes, but I just like being organized. That's just kind of me. But again, the subjects on this could be a vast range of things. And by no means am I an expert in any of them. A lot of it is I've learned through trial and error. So that's why, you know, I'm wanting to do these. So here again, it might be, you know, I could do some woodworking stuff where I'm building something, or I could be doing something where I'm working on the land, you know, clearing out an area, doing some, I don't want to call it brush hogging, because I don't use a brush hog. I have a flail mower, but mowing down, you know, areas and clearing it out and all that. We could be doing, you know, some shooting, because we actually, I wouldn't say we have a gun range per se yet, but we do a lot of shooting on our property too. But now again, now I have this equipment, I'll be able to really get it set up where we're going to have a gun range out here. So that way, you know, as my kids get older, you know, hey, let's go out back and let's shoot. We kind of have an archery range in our backyard, so we shoot the bows but it could also be something pertaining to that, you know, hunting with a bow, shooting, setting up your stands. Like I said, another big thing is I want to really get into doing some food plots out here. I have some really nice, I call them hidey hole areas, if you want to make it, that I think would really be good to put some food plots in. And this past year, I had this buck that him and I just played a chess match all year long. Nice big buck. He's definitely an 8-pointer, big bodied. I guess him to be 4 years old, might be a little bit older. He's just big bodied, and just never got an opportunity to put an arrow in him. And but it was fun. I mean, the times that I did see him, I mean, my heart rate got jacked up, and I mean, I was just like, all right, this is it. This is where it's going to go down, and you know, we're gonna end this thing. And then he would just throw a curveball at me, and you know, do something totally different that I wasn't expecting. So, but hey, that's deer hunting. You know, nothing is guaranteed. I don't go out to hunt just to kill something. I go out for the experience of it, the adventure of it. I mean, I had numerous people, well, if you just went out with a gun, you could shoot that buck. And, well, yeah, I could do that, but that's not how I want to do it. It's my own personal challenge, and I think that's something, and it might just be maybe from my generation, or just maybe me. I don't know. And I don't hold anything against people that rifle hunt, you know, bow hunt, you know, however you want to hunt, as long as it's legal. I don't care how you do it, but I just want to make it where I know I still enjoy it. And bow hunting, I've been doing it now for 11 years, and I might, you know, the first 5 years that I bow hunted, I didn't shoot a deer at all. I didn't get one single deer, but I kept at it. I kept working on it, trying different techniques, and once I finally got that first deer, it's kind of been almost like, okay, that pressure valve's been released, and now, you know, I don't feel like I need to go out and shoot a deer every time I go out in the woods, or I'm looking that hard. I mean, this past season, in one sit, I saw over 16 deer, and I'm not talking, you know, I saw them, you know, 100 yards away. I'm talking like they were, you know, 20, 30 yards, and the majority of them were all does with fawns, and then spikes and 4-pointers and stuff like that. And on my property, I'm trying to almost kind of do like a deer management thing, where I'm trying to really get a good deer herd going. I'm very fortunate that where I live, the almost 200 acres that surround my property, nobody hunts. So I'm very fortunate that I have a place where, you know, I'm the only one that hunts. So it's almost kind of like a good, decent sized sanctuary that I have here. And so that's why I think I'm able to kind of do somewhat of like a deer management thing, because my ultimate goal is when my kids get old enough, which my daughter, you know, I'm hoping to get her out here in the next year or two, that when I get my kids out, they're going to see deer every time they go out. Now, whether they shoot one or not, you know, that's to be seen, but I want them to be able to go out there, because to me, there's nothing that would get a child more uninterested in hunting than going out there, you know, early in the morning when it's pitch black, because, you know, first off, they probably don't want to get out of bed anyways, but to get them out there, and then they sit there for 2 or 3 hours and don't see a thing, you know, that would, you know, just pretty much, you know, dwindle their spirits. That, you know, I walk out here and I don't see anything, you know, and then and if that keeps, you know, continuing to happen after time after time after time, then, you know, they're just going to lose interest in it. So I'm making it where, you know, I can make this place into where my kids can just, you know, every time they walk out, they're going to see at least a half a dozen or so deer. And then with them, I'm going to say, shoot whatever you want. You know, I just want to get them interested. I want them to find their way on this journey of, you know, if they want to get into hunting or not. I just know for myself, I'm not one that's just going to go out there and shoot something just because I need to. Now, I do also do, I try to do some doe management here because, I try to take out some does, and a lot of that's just to put meat in our freezer because that's what we eat. But for my bucks, I'm trying to manage them where, we'll start getting some big bucks out here. And I think this past year I've got four or five good sized bucks that showed up on my property, on my cameras and that. But there was one particular buck that I was very interested in, and like I said, him and we just had this chess match all year, all this whole past season, and had some close encounters, but he outplayed me, and so I'm hoping that he'll make it till next season and see if we can start it up again. But again, this is just me saying hello. I am still around, and I'm gonna be making some videos, but again, I'm not gonna be on any type of time frame or any specific subject or topic. There might be times where it might be heavy involvement, especially during the fall season. There might be heavy involvement where it's prepping for hunting season, setting up stands, shooting my bow, talking about my strategy, putting in food plots, and then there might be like this spring. This spring is probably going to be me working on the property, because usually during the fall I try not to go out in the woods a whole lot. I mean, I go out and do some things, but I'm not going to hit it hard and heavy like I'm going to do this spring, where I'm going to be really make some big changes, because during the fall I just don't want to really disturb the deer's pattern and stuff like that. But we'll see how this journey goes. Hopefully, it won't be 7 years again before I make another video, but we'll see how it pans out. Again, I'm just enjoyed the last 7 years or so that my life has dramatically changed, and it's been wonderful. It's been fun. My kids, they definitely keep me entertained and energized, and gosh, there's no slowing down. And so at nighttime after I've gotten them to bed, this is the time that I can just kind of relax, take it easy, come out to the shop. As you can see, I have the monitor back there. My wife's working tonight, and so that's why I have the monitor with me, and I'm out in the shop, just kind of hanging out. But I thought I'd go ahead and get this video together and say I'm back, and hopefully I'll be posting some more videos soon, and hopefully everybody will start following along. I'll talk to you later.